Okay, so we're still in Kedushas Levi. This is the third Dvar Torah in the Kedushas Levi, Parshas Chayei Sarah. Avraham Zakin Boba Yamim Hashem Beirach is Avraham Bakoil. Genesis 24:1 says, and Abraham was old, going along in years, and the Lord blessed Abraham with everything. Yuvim b'zeh maimer chachmein zuchen vracha. Ad Avraham le'hay zikna. Sages say a fantastic thing. The Talmud says in Sanhedrin Kuf Zayin Amud Beis, Sanhedrin 107b. Again, do we know if this is really historically true, or if it's actually teaching a deeper lesson? But we'll say it in the way that it's said, in the simple way, the way we teach little kids, that until the days of Abraham, nobody got old. Meaning people, they would look young, it would seem all their life, and then all of a sudden they die, but they would look the same way their whole life, meaning they wouldn't look like an old person. And that might answer, we see like they keep, kidnapping Sarah because she's so beautiful, and she was, 80, 90 years old, and they're kidnapping her, so 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old. I understand. They're beautiful women at those ages, but still, it's a different type of beauty. It's not the type that you would expect. It's a spiritual beauty. You don't expect that a heathen king is going to kidnap someone because of this, but maybe. But anyway, so that would explain certain things there. But anyway, it doesn't have to be that way. Anyway, but Inyan Hu. So the concept we have here, Chayei Shnei Bechinas Bashpoa. There are two levels of influence, of divine influence. It would seem Gei Shefashu Madregas Medida Lefiyai Lamas. There's a influence of divine influence, blessing, that comes down and it's measured in accordance with each of the worlds. Zeh Yushba Mishtal Shel Chak Zeh. That meaning there's a certain measure, and it goes by like natural laws of nature. That meaning each of the higher worlds, they each have a certain measured amount that they receive of their daily bread, and that's what they get. But then there's a type of divine influence that's not, it's not held back. There's no borders, there's no limits. Because it's connected even until now to the very source of life. As I ain't chak v'kitzvah, I'm chasa me'makor. So therefore, there is no measure. It's not a set measure of how it's sent from the source. V'shefa sheni, and the second type, shetzarich l'mashicha me'makor asher ein l'gvul adayin miza'en yankim kiyam Yisrael am skulasai. Shemkoichem agadol shem dveikim babori baruch hu yachol lahamshich shefa b'ashpazu. And we were talking about this. What does it mean to be chosen? What does it mean? So a certain aspect of this is that only the nation of Israel has this power. And I don't mean the secular country called Israel. I mean the Jewish people, the religious people. The Klal Yisrael, it means the religious community. They are the ones who are able to receive that unmeasured, eternal, unlimited influence from God that comes right from the source, and we don't have any middleman. We get everything wholesale, right? We don't need any intermediary. But only the Jews are able to do that, because with their tremendous energy that they have from the mitzvahs, and only religious Jews, because they're attached to the Creator, they are able to then bring down this energy. hashpa shalahem hi meshefa rishon sheba begvulin medida. But the other nations of the world, whatever they receive, it's a measured amount. And that's why you're going to see, meaning that the Jewish prophecies, for example, are holy and full and godly, whereas other people receive some kind of shefa, some kind of hashpa, but since it's measured, it's lacking and it's not in the fullness. And in other ways too. And for this reason we say Ve'ela Tuldas Yishmael. He says, Scripture says, these are the offspring, the generations of Ishmael. Shneim Asar Nasiim L'Masam, 12 princes to their nation. Meloshan Ama Mededis Isbana, Ima Mededis Isbana, like a mother who's guiding along her baby, her child, her son, and it's in a measured way. That's this concept of a measured influence and blessing that comes with a limit and there's only so much. And the same thing, you talk to a little kid, you talk like a little kid, like you talk to a little kid. You talk to an adult, you talk to like an adult, right? However, even though being Jewish is linked to the mother, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, but your tribal affiliation, that goes from the father. And that's why it says by the Israelites, according to their families, according to their father's houses, because their source of energy, where they draw their nutrition from, comes from the highest will of God, and that's Shefa V'Avoisam Miloshin Leit Avi Yavami. And this idea of Avoisam, their fathers, it means the levirate marriage did not come. They didn't want to perform the levirate marriage. Shemaloshin Ratzon, meaning the word Abba means father, also means desire and will. V'ha'inyan l'mashal ba'al malacha. You want to make a parable to explain this? Someone is doing, he's some kind of a artisan. He's a worker. Asa kli mitchila kodim she'asa kli hazeh chakuk umatzim machshavte begoyven v'oifen v'asiyah. So, but before he makes whatever he's making, he has some kind of a plan, maybe a blueprint, what color he wants to make it, how he's going to make l'seif moitzeh kli b'koyach l'poil. So then he brings this thing that he's making, this vessel, this utensil, whatever he's building, he's making, from the potential in his mind to the actual v'harya machshava, and therefore the thought meridas pa'ula, it brings down, it goes from the potential and thought to the actual, to potential energy to kinetic energy. V'nikra machshava av v'pa'ula ben. The thought is the father, and the action, the creation, is the son. And that thought itself comes from one's will. And the will is the father of the thought. And then the thought is the father, meaning the will is the grandfather, the thought is the father. So therefore the actual deed is a grandchild to the will. Yes?
Do you need help bringing anything in?
Maybe, but let me finish this shir. Kach Yisrael mamshichin shefa me'Hashem yisborach. So too the Israelites, they received their influence from the blessed Lord. V'achar kach mamshichin shefa l'gvulin. And afterwards, that influence is brought down to the borders of the world, and it takes on a form and a picture of how do you bring it down? And after that, then it's brought to this world, and then it's already recognized in the world. Therefore, this influence is like a grandchild. And the will is like the grandfather. We're talking about how this influence comes down through the worlds. And that's what Scripture says in Proverbs chapter 17, verse 6. the crown of the elders, of the grandparents, Retzaloimer, as if to say, Hashef that energy and that influence that comes from the supernal will, Shenikra Zakin, which is called an elder, when it comes to the worlds, Nikri B'nei Vonim are called children's children, grandchildren. So that's why it says the crown of the elders are grandchildren. V'zeu me'azkenim nimshach toldus b'nei Vonim, and that's what it means, that from the grandparents, from the elders, comes down the generations, the grandchildren. So chusig and lein well kol yisrael amen. All right, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and we'll see you later.